Today we're doing a combine inspection on a Trion 740 CLAAS combine. We use a CAT inspect form on our phones or laptops. We got all the panels removed off this combine. All we've done is started it and pulled panels. They've got it cleaned up in the shop. Some of them are not this clean. So first thing I got to do is get the hours off the machine before we can start checking fluids and doing our inspection. Takes a little bit for the monitor to turn on, and then machines will, when you turn them on, they'll have maintenance intervals. Just got to X out all of them before you can carry on. Go to counter and record summaries. We'll get our working hours, 945, and then total work actual separator hours is 637. And this machine has harvested 1,335,000 bushel, so just over 1 million bushel on this machine. I like to just reset these so next time I turn the key on, they aren't going off all the time. So shut her back off and carry on. All right, so we'll put our gloves on and we got to check all of our oil samples or oil levels on all the gearboxes. Start doing that right here with the unload gearbox. Some of these gearboxes do not have breathers and will have pressure on them. And that one is full of oil. And it's actually really clean oil. That's what you want to see, nice clean oil come out of there. This machine is a single rotor combine, so it's only got one rotor gearbox. I am just checking everything out in here before I get to this section just to see if I can see anything wrong while we're already up here. And customer did state he's having issues with this sensor, and it does look like it's broken. It's got a rubber plunger on the end, and that plunger is cockeyed. So looks like that sensor got broke this year. Go underneath and do the rear axle. Just do a visual inspection. Look for anything broke. Check the frame while you're under here. All looks pretty good. Check plug on these are up here on the front. Clean oil, it's full. It helps to know the machines a little bit. I've known this machine its whole life. Up here to the next gearbox. So this gearbox has a sight glass for oil level, and it is about 3/4 full. So we are good on that one. Then we got to move underneath to the transmission. Well, we got a leak at one of these lines, either that one or that one there. Probably an O-ring, I'm guessing, blew out. Cleaning fan bearings right there, check that. Shaker arm bushing, getting a little crack, couple cracks in it. This one has a sight glass as well, and there is oil in that sight glass. Check the drain hose. Oh, we got a leak here. Actually, it looks like it's coming out up high. Might have overfilled the hydraulic tank. See if we can figure out where that leak's coming from. We'll have to ask customer if they overfilled the tank and just spilled a bunch. Look at the engine belts while we're up here. Check for coolant leaks at hoses and clamps. Check the engine oil. Antifreeze level is full. Connections look tight, pretty clean. And as you can, like I said, check for rodent damage. Looks like that wires have been chewed on. Ate the part of the insulation. That one there, it's actually got tape over the wires. Must have been shorting out. This is part of your emission system. So there's a big panel here that they took off. on top of the rotor cage. Check hardware on this flap. Looks good. Everything there looks good. That back down. So we'll jump back downstairs and look at the fuel tank and mounting hardware for the fuel tank and hoses. It's already loose, so there we go. Okay, got that panel out of the way, and then we can check fuel lines up top of the tank. Loops up. It's got a kink in it right there. Got it kinked over just a little bit right there. Sometimes all you gotta do is reposition it a little bit. This is your dust ejection fan for the radiator. Looks pretty good. Wiring harnesses all look good. Fuel filter, fuel pump, no leaks at that. Sometimes I just check over things and then I come back to the app and just mark it off. Well, we got one seal tore on that house boot. Take photo. All the radiators look clean. No damage to any of the fins that I can see. Hydraulic looks good. Check the concave for damage. Try to move any debris around. Feel them, make sure there's no pushed in. That side looks good and feels all right. That cylinder is damp a little bit and it was rebuilt. Checker pipes. Go up the ladder. That vent goes up through there. Hoses look good. Okay, check some gearbox. So these pulleys have glide shoes on them. Just want to make sure they all look evenly worn, none are broke. Check these belts. For the feeder house drive. Clutch. It's getting plugged. It's got some play. And then you can see right there, that bearing is coming apart. So we'll definitely have to pull that one off and rebuild that pulley. Nice thing about the CAT Inspect, you can put a note and then you can take a picture and then back up and take a picture further back so then you know exactly what pulley it is. That all looks good. Didn't see no hoses leaking. So check our brake lines. Got plenty of pad. Park brake cylinder's not leaking. No leaks. Full of fluid. Brakes look good. We'll go up in the cab and we'll just push on the brakes. Both have pressure. All right, we'll start it up. Check our steering. Go ahead and tilt feeder house. That works. Okay. It's all working, and while we're in here, make sure it shifts into gear. Okay, now we're going to start looking over drive systems. This is your chaff spreader pump that runs shafts out the back of the machine. This belt has broke a couple times on him this year. It looks good right now. And then we're going to look at our main drive belt. And it's got several cracks. The main ribs look good. There are several cracks across it. That one was almost all the way across. That belt is almost broken in half. Pivots, spring tensioner is not broke. And this has a hydraulic tensioner here for this belt. Make sure no leaks on that system. Got one little spot right there in there. It's got a couple cracks in it. We'll put it on there so they can keep an eye on it. And 2 grease zerks in there on that, so I'm gonna make sure they've been greasing it, and looks like there's plenty of grease in there. And this one has a hydraulic piston that pushes it in and out. I don't see any leaks. Poly wear looks good. And that main shaft runs across from that side to here. Bearing looks all right. Don't have a lot of play in that chain. Bearings feel tight. Lens looks good. That's your, shows your flow on your monitor, how much returns is coming through the combine. You got a transmitter and a receiver. Those glass lenses look good, they're not cloudy. Wiring looks intact. Locking cover's broke on that one, or it just came off. I think the tabs are broken on it. I'll take a picture of that. Check the returns. This one's like the other side. Check your hydraulic piston for leaks. Check for grease getting inside on the belt. Checking lines and belts. So this is the belt I seen earlier that was bad up top. Even the main grooves are discolored. These pulleys have jib keys there. Hard to see them, but make sure them aren't popping out on you. There's a rubber seal across the inside here. Look up, make sure it's not cracked. Bearing's rusty. Turns fine. Turns fine, I just don't like the way it looks. That belt needs replaced. Check all them fingers, they're all there. A little bit of play in them bushings. We'll have to replace those. I'll have to put bushings in them. There's rivets in the bottom of this floor. Another thing about this CAD Inspect is I can take a video. You can see the amount of play in that arm, and then I can send that to the customer. Gotta check our chopper knives. They're definitely getting worn down. And there's stationary knives up front. I don't see any of them broken. So it's probably got that bearing damaged inside there, I bet. Guessing it's gonna need a new shaft. This has had some cracks over the years. Looks like her weld's held. It's a little dark. There's our rubber seals. Seals all look pretty decent. That bushing's cracked. See it starting to crack around that center. Both bottom ones. Whoa. Now you just want to look for excess grease being pushed out. The bearing's getting too hot. Bearing's cool to the touch still. I took a sample of the hydraulic oil. You gotta take the screen out so you can get a tube down in it. And then this is your engine oil dipstick. You're gonna take an oil sample of the engine oil. You gotta have a long enough tube to get all the way down into the pan. That one should work without having to cut it. We'll put a new bottle on our suction gun. So this pulls this into a vacuum, pulls the oil up through the tube. You want to warm it, get the engine, everything warmed up before you take your samples. That way everything gets mixed together if there's any particles in the oil that are not supposed to be there, of course. You always want to use a new tube for every oil. This one they don't make fun to get to. Yeah, there's the 3 oil samples that are required. Some people take more, depending on what the customer wants to pay for. All of these oils were just changed last year, so not too concerned about them. You can see the difference in the oils. That's it. Gearbox, that's gear oil. This is hydraulic oil. Hydraulic oil is a little thinner and more clear. And then the engine oil, of course, with being a diesel, pretty much is always black. That oil's a little dark compared to when it's new, but that gearbox runs all the time. Anytime the engine's running, that gearbox is spinning. So that oil is pretty crucial to change yearly. Oil. And we'll get in the cab and check wiring harnesses and fuses and relays. Got some bean dust in them still. This is where the air gets sucked in from the back side of the cab into the, for your air conditioning and heat. Suction filter. So that's good. Check buddy seat. Heated seat and cooled seat. Make sure to turn them on, let them warm up. Let them. It's hard to see anything in here really, but just kind of pull things around, look for wires. Mainly want to look for any kind of mice debris, if a mouse has been in there or not. Okay, now we're just going to start it up and check all the lights. got some play in the pin on the drive. Might need new drive pins on the augers. Yep, so this is our final for the inspection on this Trion 740 TT machine. Either today or tomorrow, do a complete estimate, look up all the parts that is needed to do the repairs, and get an estimate of how many hours it's going to take to repair it. And then I'll finish the CAD inspect form, and I'll send both to the customer in an email. So then he'll know everything that we found wrong. He'll have pictures, videos of what we found, and all the parts and material and labor to do all the repairs on the machine. And then he'll get the oil samples also from CAT when we get them back.